Boom, just like that. And the show is going. Hey, it's Saturday. What's happening, everybody? Fernando, how are you doing?
Oh, wonderful.
I know, you're ready to go home right now. Yes. So a couple things that are going to happen during this show, just to, you early people that are here, thank you for being on time and spending your Saturday with us. As always, we really appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for everything. You guys are wonderful. We are going to announce today how to win the Ground Zero amplifiers that are currently in Fernando's car. We'll talk more about that probably right at the halfway point. So we'll do the DSR, we'll do the IRTA2 commercial. We'll come back after that and we'll talk all about it. So that'll be right at about 6:30. And then otherwise, we're going to try to answer a bunch of questions. We do have bills to pay, though. And what I want to do is get this one out of the way right away.
Yes,
grab the Fernando cam. Hopefully it will work today. It seems we got all new HDMI cables.
That is correct.
For everything. So everything seems to be working wonderful now. I think that's what the problem was. We're going to switch to the Fernando cam right here, which is number 4. And what we have here is a new product from AudioControl. This is the new BT3. And what it's doing right now is you see it doing that pulse there in the center. And the reason why it's doing that is because it's waiting for me to anxiously pair up my phone. So I'm going to do this and look for new devices. And right here on my phone, it says the AC BT3. We're going to tap on that. And it should pair up. Look at that. It did, and it stopped blinking. Now, what I wanted to show here, what makes this neat, is this. The camera is going to not do this justice, but this is blue right now. It's not white. And when we're in blue mode, if I hit volume up, that's going to be volume up. And if I hit volume down, that'll be volume down for all 3 zones. So there's 3 RCAs on this. There's zone 1, there's zone 2, there's zone 3, or front, rear, sub, however you want to break it down. If you click the center button, it changes to this magenta. This is volume control for zone 1. Hit it again. This green is volume control for zone 2. Hit it one more time, and this is white. And this is the volume control for zone 3. Hit it, and it go back to blue. Like I said, with the camera, it's hard to get that nice blue that it's doing.
So what you have to pay attention is the actually buttons, the play, track up, track down, volume up, volume down.
These will work in any mode. Those don't matter.
But that's the ones that they actually change the color, because the other one.
No, you just keep hitting it.
No, but you see this.
No, yes.
That one is still blue, and it's the blue, the audio control.
The little Cadillac chevron here
yes.
stays blue. So that'd be zone 1, zone 2. And as you see, once you're done, it will go away. Now, you can use any zone you want for any specific thing. So if you're going to be putting this in, let's say, side-by-side, and you just want main volume and subwoofer level, then cool. You make zone 1 subwoofer level, tap it, volume up for your subwoofer, and then don't touch it. It'll go back to blue, which is your main volume control. The whole idea is you got this little tiny thing right here that is your whole stereo and everything that you need to do with it. So that is pretty cool, right? I mean, don't we think it's pretty cool? I feel it's pretty cool.
Yes.
We're, of course, going to continue to have as much fun with it as we possibly can. Now, if you're interested in picking yourself up one of these or learning more about it, easy enough. Go to AudioControl. Right there. Fernando has it up on his computer right here. And then what I have up on my computer is, of course, the instruction manual that you can download specifically from their website, which is very important. I find this to be very helpful because I'm the kind of person that wants to know what I'm getting into long before I actually have to play with it. And so this will go through and explain how everything works, how all the buttons work, as well as pairing, quick start guide, what each one of those colors means, magenta, green, white, and blue. And then it gives you an example of how this can be hooked up. This is actually what we're going to build, is this system that you're looking at right here. We have all these products to build this, so we're going to build that up. And of course, this is them showing you how to use it in something like a hot rod or something like that. And then it gives you the schematic. So if you need to cut or pre-cut a hole for it, you have all of those all set and ready to go.
Very cool.
And then, of course, what it looks like from the backside, because everyone wants to see what it looks like from the backside.
Yes.
Now, I will tell you this, along with this product right now, they have the 2 amplifiers that we just saw there, which are the ACX amplifiers.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be 3 new ACX amplifiers coming out here in the next couple months.
Yeah.
Very soon, actually. I know they're on their way. There'll be a 5-channel, a 6-channel, and a bigger mono block. So
Yes.
we're going to be getting a lot more of those amplifiers here in the future. But we'd like to thank AudioControl for being a proud sponsor of the show. On with the show, Fernando.
Hey
What do we
guys,
got?
what's going on? Nothing right now. I was just watching
we got
on the website of AudioControl. So if you actually want to look for the new amplifiers, you just move the whole camera, the whole thing, just like you're not gonna.
Relax.
Jesus.
Let me have this. Shut up.
What's up from there, Mark?
Hey,
What's
how's
up,
it
guys?
going? It's been one of those weeks.
You fellas only get Sundays off too?
Yeah,
right?
it sucks. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's definitely a point of contention.
I know.
I hate it.
Hello from Vegas. What's up? Oh, did you see a video of Vegas?
No.
That was like a bunch of water. That was crazy. I don't
Was
know
there
if that
actually
was
water or was
true.
it fake?
No. It looks like.
Because I
True.
mean they're going through a drought right now, so
Oh, I don't know, dude.
I don't know. There's
Seattle.
What's
70,
wait a
75.
minute, hold on. What's Fang saying? Dean keeps the shoe company. Dean keeps the shoe company in business, and Fernando has the chips and salsa industry working 24/7. He's not wrong.
Dude, yeah, man.
Not wrong.
Coca-Cola. I want to see if you.
Yeah.
What's up, Oscar?
Hola. Oh, Oscar's working on some new stuff for his car.
Yeah,
so
talking about fancy.
Yeah,
Dude, you
yeah.
have fancy stuff, dude.
yeah, so if any of you guys caught the video we did on Oscar's car, of course you can go find that on the YouTubes. That's
Yeah.
one of the things I want to do in my free time is move all of those videos.
Yeah.
They are in their own playlist on
Demo
YouTube.
cars.
That we've seen. I think it's called Cars That We've Seen.
Okay.
But I want to have that on the DNF tool drawer. I want to
Yes.
just have it quick and easy to get to. But if you've seen Oscar's car on there, he's redoing it because he's adding in some more Morel speakers. He's adding in some 4-inch, and he's adding in more amplifiers, and he's building this cool staircase with the grill underneath it and all the fun
nuts.
stuff. So hopefully he'll be really close to having it done when we get there.
Yeah.
In a couple
Very cool.
a couple weeks, week and a half.
A week today. Hey, man, what are you doing? Go back to
So
work.
Thursday, and not next Thursday, the Thursday after that, we'll be there. So we can take a look at it, and we can have him give us a tour of the car. So I'm really putting the pressure on Oscar to have it done.
Oh, he's going to. He's
so,
going to.
so we can create content for him.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Scott. All right, hold on. Let's see what Scott's saying today. So then, if you adjust the 3 outputs separately, such as turning down the rear, will it stay that way in the blue mode? Or in other words, will the rear always remain at the lower volumes as you raise and lower the master volume? So the master volume is going to take everything in at their predetermined volumes and turn them up. What's going to happen is that whatever one gets the loudest, so let's put some numbers on it so we can wrap our heads around it. Let's say max volume is 30, and you have output 1, zone 1 is no negative, but you have rear at say negative 10, and you have zone 3 at negative 20. When zone 1 hits 30, then it'll be negative 10, negative 20. All right, so it will only get to the loudest point it can, but these are going to stay staggered. They will not keep, like when this tops out, and it's not going to sit at the top as these come up. So it will stay in a parallel to whatever the previous one's volume control. So if you get those zones dialed in, so it's like if you have it in a boat or a car or whatever it is where you've turned down something, it's going to stay that way as you turn it up. So yes.
All right.
But don't worry, we'll be doing a full test and a full review. So we're going to hook up a bunch of RTAs to it and show you that actually working, so that you see what it's coming though. It's coming. You guys are more interested in seeing the Porsche, so we got to get the Porsche video out for you guys next week as promised. So you can get like part 2 and 3 or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hey.
I installed the Focal inside 6x9s in my Camry and just tuned it with the JL tweak. What is your opinion of the tweeters that come with it? Anything you would swap them for, or do you like how they sound? They sound pretty good. Regardless of the brand of speaker or whatever it is you're listening to, if you like the way it sounds, awesome. Go for it. Just enjoy them for what they are. There are always going to be something that is going to be different. When you're done tuning a system, if you feel it's not performing the way you should, that's when you have this type of a question. If you feel it's performing the way you want it to and you're happy, leave it alone. Okay, don't question it. There's always the people that are like looking for, well, okay, this sounds good, but what could be better? This sounds good, what could be better? Well, the reality is there's always going to be something better, no matter how good something can be. There's always a lot better. So, for example, you have the Focal Inside 6x9s. As far as Focal is concerned, it's one of their more affordable speaker lines. So from there, you go up to the Access, which is almost a parallel move, but then you go into the new Slate Fibers, and then you go into the Flax, and then you have the K2s, and then you have Utopia M's, and then you have Utopia. So there's a ton of speakers above that. But the reality is do you like those tweeters was the question too in there. And it's like, me personally, I'm not a hard tweeter guy, but we sell a ton of those, and most people love the way they sound. So yeah, if they sound pretty good, which we know they do, yeah, just, go to town on them. If you have a problem with them, that's something that you're going to have to decide what the problem actually is. In that which case, you'd have to switch out the whole set, because like just switching out the tweeters, it's a match set. Like the mid-range is designed to play up to a certain point and then naturally rolls off. And that point is where the tweeter picks up. So let's say you took out those Focal tweeters and you threw in a set of Morel tweeters. The Focal tweeter is designed to roll off get crossed over really, really high. The Morel tweeter gets crossed over really, really low. So what's going to happen is that mid-range is going to be trying to play up in the tweeter, and then you're going to have problems with the mid-range to tweeter transition. And then if you play the tweeter at the higher crossover point, you're just really not going to get the life out of it because it wants to be played lower. So at that point, you pull the whole thing out and you put a set of, let's say, Morel 6x9s in there. But there again, I'm not saying to do this. If you like the way it sounds, pat yourself on the back. You did a great job, and just rock it, man. Rock it till the wheels fall off.
All right. Jason says Morel 6x9s or Focal 3-ways.
So that kind of dovetails into the previous question. It really depends on what you're trying to do. If you're looking at a set of Access 3-ways, then why not just go with a set of Morel 3-ways?
Thank you, Ruben.
Because you can get into a set of Morel 3-ways for the same price as you can get into a set of Access 3-ways. Now, if you're just trying to make your life easier, like you're going to put a 6, a tweet, or a 6, and the mid-range and the tweeter up in the dash, then I would just do the 6x9 and the tweeter in the dash, regardless of whose it is. To me, that I like the way that sounds as opposed to like a 6 with another speaker jammed in next to it. When you can put the mid-range and the tweeter close to one another, then yes, that's cool. So like if the tweeter's in the sail panel and the mid-range is up in the corner of the dash, that sounds really good because those speakers complement one another. And then the mid-bass is down in the bottom of the door. But when the mid-range is really low in the door, you want the mid-range up really high so that you can, because that's the main vocal. So you don't want it coming from your feet. You want it up high, A-pillars, dash, somewhere in that range. So
what's that, Jay?
Maybe the 6x9s would be the way to go. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, we're going to miss you.
I
miss him already.
I know.
It's like, it's getting nice to see him every couple months. Buy an RT2 and help Dean and Fernando.
Get out of there. Hey, just buy it. Just buy it. You need one.
I was like, how did he know I had a hole in my shorts? Like, is Sue telling me, like, hey, Dean's wearing his holy shorts today?
Exactly.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off.
All right.
I was like, what the heck? Hey, guys, any idea how to make the backup camera work in a 2016 RAV4? I have the Sony head unit, and the quick view feature won't work, only when it goes in reverse. Yes, actually, this is a... So the reason why it's doing what it's doing is what is feeding the power to the camera, all right? Sometimes when using the factory camera, the cameras react the way the factory designed them to work, meaning the factory doesn't have a button on there that activates the camera all the time, or it may, but it might be digital. Therefore, when you put it in reverse, that's the only time the camera is going to come on. So they're using the reverse lights to feed the camera. not necessarily the light itself, but the trigger from there to power the camera up. If the factory camera in a Toyota has a external power on, which I believe it has a 6-volt trigger that you hook up to it, the mistake a lot of people make is they do what some of the factories do, is they use the power from the reverse light wire to power up the 6-volt trigger, like a Metro will tell you to do that. And then what that means is the only time the camera has power is when it's in reverse. So in order for you to avoid that problem, the camera has to be powered by the accessory wire or the red wire, so that when the car is on, the camera is active. Now, a lot of people go, oh, aren't you going to burn out the camera? No, you're not going to burn out the camera. The camera actually really only works off of like 3 volts now. The 6-volt is the step down to go before the step down, and they draw very minimal amperage now. So these cameras can, think about your security cameras. I mean, they're on all day long now. So, camera technology has changed a lot, but look at the power and what's powering the camera. Make sure it's on accessory. You'll be golden. If it needs a 6-volt trigger like the Toyota does, make sure just move the feed over to accessory. You two have inspired me to get back into car audio.
You too.
Yeah, you too. That's what I might have added the B. I'm sorry. My bad. like says you.
Hey, you guys said it right, man.
Say YouTube without making it sound like a V.
YouTube.
Yeah, it was a V. Okay. Anyways.
YouTube. Sorry.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
Why are you spitting on the computer? What has it ever done to you?
Because you say.
You buy him a MacBook Pro and he spits all over it. What a... Yeah, okay.
Exactly. All right. Anyway.
Okay. Am I loving every minute of it? Thank you all for infos and tips. Jeffrey, thank you so much too.
Thank you, man.
I'm glad you're having a wonderful time with it. Yeah.
It is awesome.
It is awesome. Hi, guys. Going active with a really nice set of Stag tweeters. There you go. There's a brand a lot of people don't know. Filtered at 2200 hertz at 12 dB using a DSP. What inline capacitor or crossover frequency at amp to protect tweeters if DSP loses settings? Okay. All right. This is kind of funny that, and I know why you put this up there, you turd. Okay, so the chance of the DSP losing settings, it's burned into the EEPROM of the DSP. Meaning, if you would really have to do something bad in order for you for that to happen. Meaning, the DSP probably won't turn on, and there'd be other problems you'd know. And your tweeters would be the least of your worries, okay? But there again, if you're looking to protect the tweeters as far as what you can there are capacitor charts that you can find in the Googles that will tell you what frequency a cap is. More than likely you're because there again, a cap is a 6 dB crossover. You're probably going to be fine with like a 4.7, but going with 2200, that's going to be a 6 dB crossover at 4.7. So that'll probably be right around where that needs to be. And those are easy capacitors to get. That's the other problem, is finding capacitors. Now you have to like really dig. Like Parts Express probably has some. But the reason why I said that about Fernando being a turd is this week we had someone come in, and the only reason why he still has tweeters in his car is because he put caps on them. And it was for not the reason that everybody like this, like if my DSP goes into catastrophic failure, what do I do? It was because he accidentally hooked the speakers up to the wrong channels. So it was a mistake. He's been working on his car for a long time. He thought he'd metered. He thought he had everything the way it was. He put shrink over it. Everything was labeled, and somehow it still went wrong. And that happens. That happens because, there again, if you can't work on it from start to finish, he says he's been working on this for like 2 years, and it looked beautiful. But like the tweeter was where the center channel was supposed to be. The mid-range was, and so things were just not where they were supposed to. It was like a mid-range and a tweeter on this channel. And it was an accident.
Yeah,
it was just a minor oversight.
You working, and it's like it's a lot of going on in your mind, and just like, oh yeah, this one is this, this one is that,
and that's why as soon as you get done hooking up a DSP, the first thing you do is go through and you turn off all the speakers and you turn them on one at a time and make sure that like channel 1 is what channel 1 is supposed to be, and channel 2 is what channel 2 is supposed to be. That is the most important thing. You know, we were able to go in and put crossover points in there, but when we got in the car, we're like, wow, what the heck's going on? But luckily he had put capacitors on the tweeters. Yeah. So even though one of them was crossed over as a mid-range, he didn't blow the tweeter because it had a cap. So from that regard, I was like, okay, damn it. Maybe I might have to rethink that, just because what happens if I don't really think the DSP would ever be the problem. I think the installation would be the problem. You know, I think that's more to the point, is that, you know, there's been plenty of times they hook everything up, and the first thing they do when they get in the car is just crank it up. And it's like, you know, and even if like the first thing we do when we install DSP is I'll sit in the car for 15, 20 minutes and just go and do all the basic program. Like when you're usually finishing something up, I'm usually in the back seat, just typing in, you know, what channel 1, channel 2, time delay, I'm adding in all these numbers that I don't need to like have the car on sound wise. I can just type in this information. But then we check it after that. So, you know, if you didn't do that step, like he didn't know to do, then having a cap on a tweeter, because he's been driving around for months with it playing like that. And so it saved his tweeters. So maybe that's the reason why you put capacitors on your tweeters. But I personally do not want them on there. Because there again, the whole reason why you're going active, as everyone says, is because passive crossovers steal power. So there you get on a tweeter, it's never going to steal enough power.
Right.
That's the one time I want to throw that card on the table, though. Oh man, you're stealing power. You're not. You're really not. I mean, you're not at all. It's a perfectly sane thing to do. So yes, by all means. You're probably going to be looking at like a 4.7 would be enough to protect the tweeter. My only concern would be that still might be too high of a crossover point. You might need to go to like a 5.5 to make sure that you still get all of the power coming through at 2200. I just still feel now you might want to try 24 dB Linkwitz Riley as opposed to 12 dB Butterworth, but it's going to really depend on the tweeters you have. So if you're using Morel, more than likely 12 dB or 18 dB may be something you want to look at. Okay, moving on. Sorry. That one took a long time. I apologize.
Yes.
Exelon head unit to JL tweak to Zapco amps. Do I set gain overlap at the amp or within the software using an SMD DD1 adjusting gains? All right, I'm going to make this. All right, so here's the deal. Here's Frank. So here's what I want you to do. Don't worry about the gains. Turn the gains all the way down. Put your DD1 back in the drawer. Just put it back in the toolbox. You have an aftermarket Kenwood head unit with 5 volts of output. You have a JL audio tweak that has a ton of output voltage, and you have amplifiers that don't need any gain at all.
Hey, what's that, John?
Just start with the gains all the way down. Just don't even worry about the gains. Don't even worry about the gains. Okay, start with them all the way down. Just move through the process. Okay, so just start with them down and go through the process. And if you feel you still need some gain in the end, fine. But my guess is when you're done, once you get all the output voltage on the DSP setup and all that, you'll be, oh damn, this sounds great. Okay. That was the other problem in the car. He'd actually done that. He'd set the gains and for the clip lights on the amplifiers, and we got in the car and I was like, holy Jesus, we're in a wind tunnel. Turned all the gains down. So what we did for this gentleman is we turned all the gains down, which is what we always do. We just don't ever talk about it because you guys like, I need to max everything out. I need all my watts. Turn all the gains down, individually set each channel crossover just so that he could, because he was from out of town. They were visiting. They were doing a whole, a couple of a marriage thing, sex and in a hotel. And so we wanted to make sure they could drive home. So we set up all the crossovers and and that's all we did. We just turned all the gains down, set the crossovers to what they were supposed to be. He sat in the car and he was like, oh my God, if I do nothing else, this sounds 100% better than it was. And I was like, is it loud enough? He goes, oh yeah. Like yeah. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Well, So anyways,
It's magic.
Try that first before we worry about setting the gains. Just turn them all down.
All right.
Does the Epicenter go before the audio control DSP or after the DSP or before the amp, after the amp? Where does the Epicenter DSP go? So we have a great video explaining how this works. And there again, my boy Fernando is doing this because this week somebody decided to question our video and say, audio control says that the Epicenter has to go before the DSP because the DSP, you have to get the signal straight and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hey, man, awesome. Go with God. Have fun. Do what you will with it. Now, here's the answer to this question, and I'm going to lay this out so that everyone gets it. Yes, he's sitting back relaxed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
If you have an aftermarket radio that has a 6 preamp output, you're in a perfect world. If you want to put the Epicenter, if you want to go radio, Epicenter, DSP, amplifier, go right ahead. There's nothing wrong with doing it that way. That is how Audio Control recommends it. However, any other scenario outside of that, you're probably going to go and do it the way we tell you to do it. The way we tell you to do it is go DSP, signal into the DSP. Now, signal into the DSP can be many different things. It could be high level. It could be a Tosh link with an SH, even though it only has an S. Okay. It could be some form of a digital. It could be aux. It could be a million different ways getting sound into the DSP. It could just be 2-channel. It could be a BT3.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. It could be a BT2. So signal into the DSP. Fix everything you need to fix, okay? Because remember, the Epicenter is more or less a toy. It's designed to take what you already have that is all fixed up and charged and ready to go, and then make it go, wee! Yeah, I'm crazy fat bass. Okay, so fix all the signal, go out of the DSP into the Epicenter, out of the Epicenter into the amplifier. The only caveat doing it that way, this is it, is you can't use the crossover in the DSP. You have to make sure that the sub crossover is turned up or down, or it'd be up as high as it could go, because the Epicenter needs at least 160 hertz and down. So, you might want to put it at like 220, 250, or 50. It doesn't matter, not 50, but like 5, 5K. That doesn't matter. Okay. You're going to have to use the crossover on the sub amplifier. That's the only caveat, okay? Which is fine because it's got one. You just go 80. I'm good, okay? You still do time delay through the DSP. You can still do all that. The only thing you can't do is crossover. So if you have a standard Epicenter, this will work every time. If you have an Epicenter micro where you're using the high level now, if you want to, that's there again, now that they have the micro, if you're running high level into the DSP and you would like to, meaning you can run signal into the micro and then out of the micro into the DSP. It just doesn't make any sense doing it that way though. So DSP, Epicenter, amplifiers.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what works. We do it that way all the time. And guess what? It's fabulous.
It is fabulous.
And it's never given us any problems. That's how you do it. And we have a video. If you'd like to see us, we kind of break through, have little diagrams. Pretty cool. So Epicenter installation video.
All right. Before the halftime.
Oh, okay.
Before, hang on. Just
okay.
Because that's going to segue into the next one.
Well, I'm going to shut this off.
Perfect.
Thank you, Audio Control, for being a proud sponsor of the show. Anyways, I just installed an RF Rockford Fosgate T1500 with a bunch of alphabets as a replacement for my R2 1200. Wow. And I'm really not impressed. Signal is the OEM head unit, LCQ1. The bypass plays...
The bass plays from the Comp RT box. Comp R box.
Okay, so we went from an R2 to a T. All right. So we gained maybe 350 watts. Okay. So 350 watts is not enough power to actually give you an audible difference. It may sound a little bit more, but it's not going to sound a lot more, because in order for the ear to perceive something as an audible difference, you have to go up at least 3 dB, at least 3 dB. To go up 3 dB, you have to double something, which means you have to go from 12 to 24, or if you go from 2 to 4.
All you did was 15 to
300, 350 watts ish.
Yeah.
That was it. So it should almost sound the same. Maybe it is a smidge different, but not like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's not going to give you an oh my God moment. It's not going to do that. It's just a better amplifier in the sense that it controls the subwoofer better.
I'm guessing the amplifier is not going to get abused as the 1200 because it has.
I mean, they're both Rockford amps. They're both great amplifiers.
Oh, 100%.
They're both really nice. But from going from a 12 to a 15 really isn't going to, it's not going to knock your socks off, man.
Right.
You just got a better amplifier. That's all you did. Unfortunately, you know, if you wanted it to be like substantially louder, you would have had to go bigger subs. Now, the nice thing is that now that you do have the bigger power, you can go up to a bigger sub, which is what I would suggest doing. So the comps are great. They're wonderful. Comp R is a fabulous woofer. However, you may want to think about switching up to one of the L7s, maybe the Comp L7, or possibly a Q class or something. Like get up to a bigger sub. Yeah. Now that you have more power, you can do that. And there again, it's 350 watts more, but that's still 175 watts more per speaker, which takes you into a much bigger speaker. All right. And then you want to look at, you know, because if you can get a speaker that moves more, then it'll move more air and then it'll be louder. But you didn't make a big enough change there, man.
The only thing I'm worried is what kind of head unit do you have? You know, because it's a factory OEM.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Regardless of that, I know where you're going with that. Yeah. But regardless of that, if he's heard the 1200 and he liked the way he was, okay, this is cool. You didn't do enough power upgrade to make it like cooler. Right. Where you're going with that is if his factory radio sucks, you need one of these.
What do you need one of those?
So that's the IRTA2. That's a tool that we sell on DNF Tool Drawer. And what that hold on. Boom. What that allows you to do is it's an electrical RTA that you can connect to the speaker outputs and play pink noise and see what signals you're actually going to be amplifying when adding a subwoofer to a car, which there's a video showing you how to measure that. Is that if you're adding a subwoofer and you grabbed a speaker output. So for example, let's say you have a Chrysler and you connect to the back speaker, we actually use that because it's such a good example. The rear speaker, even though you think it plays bass, it doesn't. It only plays a mid bass. The subwoofer is the front door speaker that actually plays bass. So if you get the signal to amplify from the rear speaker, you actually don't get all the bass. So that's where that becomes a problem. So the IRTA2 is an electrical RTA that's 2-channel. So not only can you can hook up to the front, you can hook up to the rear, and you can toggle between the two. And there's a ton of other things you can do with it as well. Now, as promised at the 6:30 mark, we're going to talk to you guys right now, everyone that's here, about how to, what's up, Axeman? How to win the
Ground Zero
Do you have
amplifier setup.
Do you have the website set up?
I'm going to.
Because we're gonna need the website. So for those of you guys that aren't familiar with this, you don't know where you've been living. We just did a giant long video. It was like 35 minutes long of installing 2 Ground Zero amplifiers, the Radioactive, in Fernando's car. Part of the deal with the review was that they asked us if when we're done with the review, if we could give them away. And I was like, of course, why not? They also sent us some of the 4Connect power wire and a distribution block, so we wired them up with that. The giveaway is going to be both of the amplifiers mounted on the board with the distribution block. The one thing you will need is a power wire because we're not going to be sending you a power wire. There's going to be RCA, there's going to be speed wire, but you will need a power wire. Probably a 0 gauge would be good. It is about a 200 amp current draw, so depending on where you're going to put it, that's entirely up to you to figure out. This is one of those products where if you blow it up, you own both halves. There's nothing we're going to do for you about it. This is a giveaway in the sense that we're giving them to you as a gift. If you break them, you own them all. It's nothing I can do about it. You can send it back to them maybe and they'll help you out, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have?
I have the website, so just go to this one.
So we're gonna go to Fernando. So you're gonna need to do two things. Two things to win. First off, the email address which it would have been really nice if I had put it up there, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Is
I'm gonna go here. Oh, my bad.
What are you doing?
This one right there.
Okay.
Perfect.
The email address we're gonna send these to is which you guys should know by now because this is the same email address we always use. Hold on.
Well,
dnfchristmas.com. So write that down right now. dnfchristmas.com is the place you can go to send this to. And so
did they mention if your Canada's it's a
no, it's up to us.
Yeah,
it's up to us because we gotta pay for the shipping. So
there you go.
Yeah, it's like, can you give these away and pay for the shipping? Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
You got it, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you need to do?
Canada's fine.
Yeah.
Just know that if you're in Canada and you win, it's probably going to take like 2 months in order for it
it's going to take longer.
there.
Yeah, but you guys are qualified. All right. So what do you need to do first? You got to go to the website Ground Zero, and I would put groundzero.usa.com. If you put just Ground Zero, it might take you to the German website.
Yeah, then you won't be qualified.
And you not be qualified. So go to the groundzero.usa.com, and you see in the right corner right here in the top, it says Home News. You click in that and it says subscribe to the newsletter. What you need to do is actually put your email and subscribe. You got to take a screenshot of that. Then
we're gonna have 2 screenshots here.
Two screenshots. Then you have to go to their Instagram of Ground Zero. Let me see if I can get it from here.
Isn't it on there?
No.
Can't you go back though? It's right there. It's right there on the side.
It's only Facebook.
Oh, it's only Facebook.
Yeah, they only have Facebook in here. I know.
All right, so while he's getting that on the phone, I'm gonna go to here's the website, guys. This is where you're gonna email to dnfchristmas@yahoo.com. So if you take a screenshot right now, dnfchristmas@yahoo.com. It's right there. That's where it's gonna go. Go to 8's not up yet.
It is there.
There we go.
All right.
So here is their Instagram page right here.
Same thing, Ground Zero USA. Everything, no underscore, no nothing. Right there. Take a screenshot.
Following. We need just a screenshot that you're following the page.
And you're going to send those 2 screenshots DNF Christmas at yahoo.com.
This one right here.
There you go.
DNF Christmas at yahoo.com. So that's it. That's all you got to do. You lost me at Instagram.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we know you guys have Instagram. Use a friend's, use your kids. It doesn't matter. Like nobody uses their name. Okay, yeah. That's what they asked us to do. Our hands are tied. They were like, we want you to go. We want them to do this, and it's like, hey, if you want this stuff, great. It's in there again. It's not a lot.
It's not a lot, guys. It's gonna be a lot.
What's the Instagram? Is that a type of diet? It is.
Yes.
And you will lose a ton of weight.
Yep. So there you go, guys. If you actually won these 2 amplifiers with this distribution block, enter.
Christian, you're giving the wrong. Yeah, the DNF Christmas one. Yes, Christian has already entered. Christian has already entered. I'm pretty sure he'll probably
he already is like done.
Yes, he done.
Done. Just
Christian has already entered. Yep, he probably has. I can probably go on here and it'll already. Yep. All right, let's see.
All right, let's see.
Wait for it to.
Yeah, it's there. Delete it.
All right, so that's what we're gonna do, guys. Now, don't worry if you're like, oh crap. All right. So how do you win? When do you win?
Yeah.
It's really simple. And when we're in Knowledge Fest, either Friday or Saturday night, we'll let you know as the time gets closer. We're gonna have Carl, the owner of Ground Zero from Germany, is gonna be here in Dallas. We're going to have him draw the winner, and that's it. So that whoever's number comes out of the hat is gonna be the winner. And hot damn. So we'll draw that probably on YouTube. Yeah. Make it easy for everyone.
Do we know when is the last day to enter?
The last day to enter more than likely is going to be the 25th.
25th. Before the 25th? because we have to get everything ready.
So we'll say Thursday the 24th.
Yes.
So Thursday the 24th will be the last day to enter.
Yep.
It's not D. It's D. Okay, guys, look. It's don't spell it that way because that's wrong. It's D and the full thing, not D N. D and F Christmas at yahoo.com. That is D and F Christmas at yahoo.com. Now, speaking of Christmas, we are going to be doing some form of the 12 days of Christmas this year. We don't know what it's going to be yet, but I can tell you this is a great rehearsal for it, because more than likely these companies are going to have you doing this because they really like these results. They love it when you guys subscribe to their email, because they only put out like 3 emails a year because they haven't figured out how to use email.
That's weird.
But they really love it when you guys subscribe to their Instagram page. So they decided they want you to do both email and Instagram, and you get 2 amplifiers, a 4-channel, a 2-channel, wired up in mono, and a 4-connect, all RCAs. It's a beautiful system. If you haven't watched the video, then please watch the video and you'll see. But that's it. That's all you got to do to win. I'm hoping a ton of you guys enter, because I want somebody to win this that really, really, really wants this. So and if you're in Canada, that's fine. You can enter Canada, United States,
What's
Alaska,
up, Tim?
Hawaii.
Yeah.
But outside of that, North America, I'm not going to say North America. I mean, even like if you have I'm fine with Mexico too, as long as there's an address to actually send it to.
Oh wow, you're going crazy.
I don't care. I mean, we've done it before. So,
we did.
It's not like it matters. It just cost me $150 to $300 to send this stuff out.
It's like sending 2 amplifiers and everything. $600.
Oh yeah, it's so silly. But whatever. Anyone in North America, we're good. As long as we have a. All right. So that's what's going on there. Please enter. The other thing too is you can only enter once per email, guys. Once per email. That is 1 time per email. If you enter twice on the same email, they get thrown out. We literally go through and we throw those out. We just delete them. Now, if you've got 10 emails like I know a lot of you guys do, here's a tip. Do 1 per day, okay? Because if you do them in a block, more than likely, the way the random number generators work that we use, they'll skip all So I don't know. You have better odds when you do them one every. So if you have 10 emails, don't do 10 at once, okay? But once per email.
Yep.
Because we get to see all that crap. All right, so you got it. All right, good news. What's up, Adam?
What's up, buddy?
Freshly back from Kicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you could send the screenshots in the same email, please.
Yeah.
Don't send 2, send 1. Okay. 1 email, both screenshots.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's see.
If I want to go active on a Kenwood 6903s, what would you recommend? Also, when using the 3.5s with a 6.5, I'm thinking of keeping the 3.5 and tweeter on the same channel. That would be perfectly fine. Kenwood makes a wonderful Exelon XR 4-channel amplifier, as well as a regular Exelon 4-channel amplifier. The XR 4-channel is like the XR 404, which we've tested and we've played with, and we had a lot of fun with the amplifier. It's like this thin and it's tiny and it's compact. It's a badass amplifier. It will allow you to do full active, because what it does is it'll allow you to do channel 1 and 2 as a high pass that will cross over the full 3.5, meaning the 3 with the tweeter in it. Perfect. And then if you select band pass, it will cross over that 6.5 like you're talking about at 12 dB, right at where the 3.5 is. So if you cross that 3.5 over, let's say between 350 and 400, then it will cross the 6.5, the top of the 6.5 over at 350 and 400, and allow you to cross the, then set the bottom frequency, which is 80 hertz. So yes, I would check out the Kenwood Exelon amplifier, XR amplifier. It's pretty badass.
Yes. All right.
Do you know if ForScan software for Ford and low-level output mode?
Do you know about it?
Yes, we know about it. We know about it.
We didn't do it.
It works on some of the older vehicles. It does not work on some of the newer vehicles. if you buy, if you want to buy the license through ForScan and you're comfortable with how it works and you're great, love it, do it. Works fabulous. You can turn off ANC. You can turn off the equalization. You can turn on the low level. It works fabulously. If you're someone that's like, I don't want to deal with all that, that's what the iData AR with the DFO2 harness does for you, is that it will go in and do those settings done. So it has a computer in it. The AR is a computer that does those settings all. And what you do is you turn the key on, you flick a couple switches, and then it does the update. And then it will turn your factory radio. It'll shut off all those things in the factory radio for you. And then they have the RCA harness that you can buy, and boom, you're done. So it's all done through AR. You leave the AR in the car, and then when you want to sell the car or get rid of the car, you do the opposite. You flick up instead of down, and it will put it all back to factory. So ForScan is wonderful. If you don't want to do ForScan, check out the iData AR for Ford. F-150s, Mustangs, all that fun stuff, and the DFO2.
The DFO2. All right. We have a winner over here.
Sorry, Doug. You're disqualified.
You're totally disqualified, man.
Working for the company just
disqualify
doesn't
you.
want. Shirts are in, by the way, if you didn't catch the text today. Ours look good. Tommy's green. He's going to be like, I don't know why I picked green. Our Doug and my red one look awesome.
Real quick. Yes. Ricardo, todo depende de los amplificadores que tengas y el carro. So, deberías de hacer un poquito más de investigación en el carro. Probablemente vas a necesitar agregar una batería. Normalmente en estos carros tienes que agregar una batería. So, anyway.
You couldn't read Eduardo's. He says, I want a wire ruler, and you sent it to me
in
Mexico.
Yes, he said
yes,
that.
The wire, sending it to him in Mexico cost me more than what the ruler did. It's like, it would have been easier to find someone with a laser in Mexico and just have them print it.
That is correct. All right.
Do you know if a 12-inch sub that is both musical and SQ and can deliver heavy SPL? I have a Crossfire C5 that is more SPL than SQ, but I'm eyeballing the ID Max or the Kicker Q class. I have heard the Q class. I haven't heard ID Max in a really long time. Kicker Q class, wonderful subwoofer. But believe it or not, where I was thinking about is the two that popped in my head immediately were the Milli Pro, the Hertz Milli subwoofer, amazing subwoofer and a sealed enclosure.
Oh, yeah.
Puts out a ton of bass and just sounds so good. Milli or Focal Flax and a ported enclosure. There again, sounds fab. Both very expensive subwoofers, but yeah, they get down and boogie. Kicker Q class in the factory box, like the L7Q in the factory box, like with. So we typically put about 900 watts to one. It's magical.
All right,
magical. Thank you. Yes, that's the plan. I'm not sure how to enter to win, but that would be amazing.
So how do you enter to win these amplifiers?
Real simple. You go to groundzerousa.com. You register for the email. Once you've registered, you take a screenshot. You go to Instagram. You go and follow groundzerousa.com. You take a screenshot. You take both of those screenshots. You send it to dnfchristmas@yahoo.com. We will get your email. It'll have 2 screenshots on it, and we'll open it up. And if they're both there, you're entered to win. That's it. That's all you got to do.
So simple.
By the 24th.
By the 24th.
2 pictures.
Deadline.
2 pictures. You don't even have to tell us anything. You don't have to say it's for this.
Nothing.
Unless you want. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But it's all the screenshots.
Oh, this one there. No, we haven't had the chance to test it. We're going to.
Oh,
yeah.
I gotta do that. I finally have an iPad with USB-C, and I got all the tools in. So
perfect.
It's just a matter of you doing it.
You doing it?
Yeah. Well, who else is gonna do it?
Exactly.
I'm really surprised. I haven't gotten Christian's email yet.
Probably he was joking.
I don't know. I figured for sure he would have done it by now. That's really kind of sad. All right, hold on. Let me see what's in junk.
That's what Christian sends?
Well, sometimes that was the thing I was noticing is that I kept having to go through the junk.
Yeah.
Because things would go into junk, and so I would move them out of junk into because I want to make sure
everybody should enter. Yes, everybody has a chance to win, and we're gonna find out on the 24th.
X-type subs. Okay, there you go. Well, I mean,
yeah.
All right. Anyways.
All right.
Oh my God, who just doesn't
seem
to be working right now? Go for it.
Hey guys, what output front rear sub from my DMX 706S head unit do I use to connect a DSP? We'll be using 2 ways plus the sub. Use the fronts. You can use the fronts or you can just front rears.
Depends on the DSP and how many channels.
Depends on the DSP that you have. Yep.
So if you have a DSP that has 6-channel inputs, then obviously you can obviously you can just use all 6 inputs into 6 inputs on the DSP. If your DSP has 8 inputs, that's 2 more than you need, so you can still use all 6. Now if your DSP has 4 inputs, then you'd use front and rear. Because, I'm sorry, you use front and sub, my bad. You use front and sub because rear is just going to be created through the DSP anyways, because believe it or not, rear is really just a clone of the front. It's not a real thing. Audio is stereo, which is left and right. It's not left, right, front, rear. The only time that matters is if you have balance and fader, meaning you want to fade to front from rear, in which case you can still do that on the DSP because most DSPs have some form of external level control that you could use to adjust front to rear if you wanted to do it that way.
Yeah.
But that's really it. Now, if your DSP only has 2-channel inputs,
so you have a Helix DSP. Normally, it's like
even the
6.
Even the DXP Mini has 6 channels of input.
Yeah.
So
so you can run all 6.
Yeah, run all 6 into it. Call it a day, or just run front and sub. There again, at a bare minimum, if you want subwoofer volume control, run front and sub. Other than that, rear is nothing. Rear is only there if you want fader. That fader balance.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
What's up? What's up, Fernando?
All right, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
What if my Instagram profile is private? Would you follow me to verify I'm following GZ? No, that's why you're taking a screenshot. We're doing this on the honor system. We've always done it on the honor system. We're just assuming that I'm not going to check it. No. I'm assuming you're an adult and you're not going to screw me over, and that it's like you're just, whatever. I just need you to send me a screenshot of you following this. I am not going to go booth back because there's usually like 1,000 people that enter this. So I'm trusting that you're going to do the right thing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. I mean, it's a YouTube channel. It's not like we're McDonald's and we got, the Monopoly game guy going on here stealing millions from people.
This is the screenshot that you have to send.
That's it.
That's it. You see right there, it says following.
Boom.
Done.
Yeah. And if you don't want me to see any of the pictures in there, crop the picture.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's it. That's all you got for that. Now, as you guys know, Orca, which is the company that handles Focal, Moscone, Gladen, Illusion, is a sponsor of the show. We've been talking past month and a half about the new Moscone 430 Pro.
Yep.
And of course, some of the other products here and there. Coming up here in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be moving on from that amplifier, but don't worry, we still have the installed diary. I'm sorry, not the installed diaries, but the car lab, where we're going to put that in Fernando's car. And you'll see that, but you guys are really wanting Porsche videos, so we're gonna divert. So what's coming up, just so that you guys know, is that we're going to be taking a look at the Gladen speakers. So what's cool about this is if you guys saw the video we did with Mike
Mike Rios.
Sorry, I knew there was an R in there and an O. Anyways, with Mike Rios's car, the Stinger, which is for sale, by the way. So if you'd like to buy the car, reach out to Mike. apparently it's a really good deal, and it's coming with all the stereo equipment and the install. Okay, so regardless of that, we're going to be taking a look at the Gladen speakers. We should be getting them here hopefully before we leave for Dallas, but maybe not. I don't know. So next up is going to be talking about these and putting those into Fernando's car and getting to hear those off of the Moscone Pro amplifier, which is pretty awesome. So those are what's coming up next. So if you guys, there again, we've asked you many times to go to the website and check them out. Here we are looking at the Gladen speakers now, which I will say this. One of the things that really intrigues me about the Gladen speaker is that tweeter, because even though it is a big-ass pro tweeter, it's not a big-ass tweeter.
Correct.
It's very reasonably sized, which is pretty awesome. So I can't wait to get our hands on those and check those out, because it's just a really, I love the mount.
It is. The mount is really nice. I don't think it's I don't have it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's what's coming up next from them. So stay tuned for that. We're of course going to have lots of fun with them. El Fernandez coming in. Holy crap.
Hey, man.
Have lunch on Monday, guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Man, we might even have enough to order pizza.
I think he's in Mexico right now.
Is he?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well,
he's having fun. Making it rain.
They do look bi-ampable. All right, hold on. What is this? Stop messing with me. I said it. It's Christian. He's worried about whether or not he sent it. Hey, man. All right.
Oh, that is awesome.
It's I'm just telling you right now. I got no mail, Christian. There's nothing here. No, it's nothing here. No. I know what happened, Christian. I logged out of the mailbox, so it's not reporting on my phone. So relax. It's all good. I have to log back in.
Oh, that is awesome.
I logged out the other day because I got tired of notifications. So
that's right.
I'm sure it's there, Christian. And if it's not, well, wah, wah, wah.
But that's it. Don't forget also on Wednesday we're gonna have.
You have to ask a question in order for it to get answered. And we've been answering questions for like an hour now.
Oh, what are you talking about now?
I don't know.
Like I say, on Wednesday we're gonna have Brian Schmidt
do you want that up there so that people can see that?
From Master Tech Expo, and we're gonna talk about all that stuff. Don't forget.
Monday we have Nick Wingate from Orca.
Yes.
On to talk about amplifiers.
Yep.
And then Wednesday we're going to talk about Master Tech Expo.
All right, so Monday first. I just want to jump to the Wednesday,
I know. Well, I just want to jump till it's almost over. But I mean, Monday show, that'll be the Monday show. Mr. Nick Wingate is going to be on. We're going to talk about amplifiers, so that'll be really good. If you've never had the chance to listen to Nick talk, then that'll be fun.
It's interesting.
And then the Saturday show, like this show, was a Q&A show because my throat is killing me for talking. Will be Orca is a killer whale. Actually is a killer whale. I want to see something funny. Hold on. So their POP for the company is this. This is the little Orca keychain.
So they can see it.
Yeah. So there's their logo, but this is what they hand out, is this little cool guy here.
Yeah. That's right. All right.
Got a question. All right. Ooh, all right. There's a good question. We're going to end with this one. I got a Jeep JLU High 10 versus Alpine, the new 507. All right.
Okay.
They're both very fun to install. Okay. They're both very fun to install. So as far as installation goes, yeah, pack a lunch. Really, I think the main difference between the two is the Alpine integrates with the RR, and you get better Jeep integration, meaning some of the features in the car are lost on the pack, which they do tell you, on the Stinger, they do tell you on their website what you're going to lose, but there is still integration with it because they add in some features. Really, the big difference between the two is with the Alpine, they are using a step-down converter to go from your factory HD cam to their screen. So it steps it down from the 1080 to a more reasonable whatever the new one is a 720. I don't know if they've changed the module from the 480 to the 720 yet for the backup camera. They may not have done that. With the high 10, it takes the high res camera, pipes it through the HDMI circuit, so you keep the 1080 camera, and it looks freaking sexy. The other thing that's nice on the high 10 over the Alpine, you pull out your factory control or your USB bus center. That comes out and is replaced by an iData version of it, which is going to have HDMI, USB, aux. I think it still has 2 USBs. And there again, it just pops out. This new piece goes in, looks very factory. On the high 10, they give you you keep yours because the high 10 can actually read through a port that their Jeep is using. So you keep all of that. So those are really the differences, but then you have to wrap your head around the look. Which one do I like better? That's really about it. I mean, we've done both where we've had a guy come in with one and made us take it out and put in the other that they had installed someplace else. Yep. And then they've had this installed and want us to take it out and put in the other one. So we've, I don't really have a definitive answer as far as what customers are saying, oh, this is so badass, because we've switched them both for the others. So it's kind of weird.
Personal preference.
Yeah. So those are the big differences in them. Aside from price, because the price is substantially different. So
really,
yeah, oh yeah. The high 10 is a much more reasonably priced radio because it doesn't need all the extra pieces. If you decide to go with the high 10, and you're going to put it in yourself, don't follow their instructions because they're terrible. Flip the radio 180 degrees. So they have it mounted like this with the wires down. Mount it with the wires up and push it back further to dash. You'll know what I mean when you see it. That's it, guys. That's the show. Thank you so much for tuning in this week and spending your hour of time with us. We hope we answered your question. If we didn't, we apologize. A good place to get your questions answered, though, is Instagram. And I know if you guys don't have an Instagram page, well, now you have 2 reasons to get one. Go follow groundzerousa.com and then follow us at 5 Star Car Stereo because we chime in there 3 or 4 times a week. We show you what's going on in the install bay, and then I answer a bunch of questions, time permitting. So that's a great place to get questions answered. Just don't DM me because I never read the DMs.
Yeah, pretty much.
I never go.
That's the reason why we do these shows.
But with that, listen, guys, it's Saturday night. We want you guys to go out and have fun, party up. I'm going to say COVID's over, but who the hell knows? Go out, be safe, be fun, party in the backyard, party in the front yard, party at your neighbor's house so you don't have to clean up.
Party in the tub.
If you go out and do something stupid, make sure you get home safe. Pay an Uber, pay a Lyft. Call a friend that isn't out partying with you. He'll feel bad, but he'll still come pick you up because we want to see you back here on Monday with our boy Nick talking about amplifiers. That'll be fun. And that's all I got.
Party in the USA. That's right.
Go have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday. Thank you again. We'd like to thank our 2 sponsors, which is AudioControl and, of course, Orca, which is Moscone, Gladen.
Yeah.
Focal and Illusion Audio.
All right. Don't forget to pick up you IRTA2, DNFtooldrawer.com.
Bye, guys. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, wait. Before you go, hold on. Wait. Before you go.
What are we doing?
Go to this close. Go to the close. Go to the close. That's the close, man. Oh my God, DNFswag.com.
Oh, hang on.
The close. Let's scroll to the bottom. Scroll to the bottom of the page. You can do it, man.
Hang on.
Keep going.
It's taking.
I know it's taking forever. There they are, right there. Yeah, those are the 2 new ones. Oh, yeah, look at that. Ooh. And the only person online that gets that is Doug. Yeah, those are the 2 new ones. Don't worry, you don't have to buy them. But if you want something cool and you don't want to know what it means,
I didn't even know what that means, man. All right, guys.
Have a good weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend.
See ya.